Good morning, children. The first chapter which I took up was from chemistry, isn't it? Matter in the surrounding. Then the next chapter which I took up was about cell, that is a biology chapter, fifth one. We have completed both these chapters. Now we move into the third chapter, and that is eighth chapter, which is motion from the physics section. Now the question comes, are you in motion at this moment? Well, you might wonder what a foolish question, because you all must be sitting with the gadgets in your hand and trying to pay attention to the chapter, to the content of the chapter. At that time, you might wonder, how are we in motion? So let me put up a second question. Suppose you are traveling by any one of these means. Either you are moving in a luxury bus, a car, or maybe in a train, or you might be traveling by flight. And suppose you are fast asleep. Now are you in motion? Slightly confusing, am I right? Whether to say yes or no? Well, in the second situation, any means of transport you are traveling, since the vehicle is in motion, though you are fast asleep, you are in motion. Correct? Though you are fast asleep in the vehicle, since the vehicle is in motion, you are also in motion, and your speed will depend upon the speed of the vehicle. Correct? So, if I go back to my first question, that are you in motion at this moment? So, even though you are sitting on your sofa, or you may be sitting on the study table, still you are in motion, because the planet on which you and me are living, that planet is moving. The earth rotates on its own axis. It revolves around the sun. So that planet is in motion, and hence we are said to be in motion. But the problem with us is, we would consider an object to be in motion only if it changes its position with time. Correct? One perceive means to see. One sees an object in motion only when the position changes with time. If there is no change in the position, you are not ready to agree that the person has moved. Yes or no? So, the question comes, there are many things which are moving around, and many things seems to be stationary. Here, a very interesting point is, an object may appear moving for one person but stationary for the other. Example, you are moving in a bus. Okay, you are sitting in a bus and you are looking out. At that time you see the people who are out on the roads, they are moving. The road is moving. The rock which is there on the roadside is moving. Isn't it? The trees, the shops. Correct? If there is a mountainous area, then the mountains, the big boulders, the stones, everything seems to move away from you. Correct or not? But is it so? For the person who is standing on the road, all these objects which we mentioned, except the living person, all the other objects are stationary for that person who is standing on the road. Am I right? But for you who are sitting in a moving bus, for you, all these objects seem to be in motion. But at the same time, the person sitting next to you in the bus is stationary, because the person didn't move from the place. Did you understand? So, our concept of motion is, if it changes place, okay, it has moved. If it has not changed the place, it has not moved. So, therefore, this place becomes very important. The position becomes very important. This position which you are considering when you are describing a motion is said to be the point of origin. This reference point which you are considering, compared to that reference point, whether the object has moved or not, that point is said to be the origin. So now in this chapter, when we describe motion, you should know what an origin is, and from the origin how much the object has moved. That is how you will be describing the motion. Motion can be along any path. It can be in a straight line, that is linear, or it can be along circular path also. It may move in a zigzag path also. So different ways the motion can take place. We'll consider a very simple case of a motion along a straight path. So So here the figure I have taken is from your text. The same figure is given in your text. See. Okay. So here the figure is given in the text. From point O, the person reaches A, and it has been marked as 60 kilometer with 5 kilometer distance gap between them, correct? Now my first question is, a person starts from O and reaches A. Then how much did he move? Oh, you will say so simple, 60 kilometer teacher, dikh nahi raha? Yeah, the person has moved 60 kilometer, means the distance travelled is 60. Correct? Distance traveled is 60. O से लेके A तक. The person has travelled 60 kilometer. Then what is the displacement? Displacement means place से हट जाना. First the person was at O, now the person is at A. So the person has displaced how much? 60 kilometer. So therefore, can I say distance and displacement is one and the same thing? Oh, now that is slightly confusing. Am I right? Distance and displacement, can you call them to be one and the same? Are they equal? So let me put up another question. The person starts from O, reaches the point B, then changes the mind, takes a U-turn and comes back to C. From O the person starts, reaches B, then changes the mind and turns back to C. And here he is stopping. Now what is the distance moved by the person? Thoda pechida. Am I right? Okay, let us see. From O till B, how much? 35, correct. And now from B to C, how much? 10 more. Isn't it? So, 35 plus 10, 45 kilometer distance traveled by the person. But then what is displacement? Displacement will be how much? The person initially was at O. Now the person is at C. B is not to be taken in consideration because finally where is the person? At C. So therefore, the person has moved from O to C and hence displacement is 25 kilometer. 45 was the distance and 25 displacement. In the previous case from O to A, both distance and displacement was 60. But now you find the distance and displacement, you are getting a different value. Let us take one more situation. The person starts from B, moves to A, and then comes back to O. Starting from B, move towards A, takes a turn and comes back to O. Here he is resting. He is stopping. Now what is distance and displacement? From B to A will be 25 kilometer. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 kilometer. And from A to O, 60. 25 and 60 will be 85 kilometer. Distance will be 85. But then what is displacement? Now this time B is starting, I told you. And then from B the person is going back to O. Am I right? B से A गया है लेकिन finally इसका resting place O has gone behind. Reverse. So here the displacement will be 35 but in a negative direction because a person started from here and moved in this direction. Now he is moving in an opposite direction and taking rest. So his final point, final position will be 35 kilometer but that will be negative. Correct? One more situation we take up. The person starts from B, goes to A, comes back to C and then B. I repeat, the person is starting from B, moving towards A, coming to C and then back to B. यहाँ पे ही stop है. What is the distance? Distance will be B to A, 25 kilometer which we did earlier. Correct? 25. Then from A to C, कितना है A to C? 35. Because 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Isn't it? Return आ रहा है. Sorry, 10, 20 नहीं. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 and then this 10 more. So 35 हो गया A to C. So 25, then 35 and then what is the person doing from C? Moving to B. That means again 10. So 25, 35, 10 comes to 70 kilometer when the person is starting from B towards A, coming to C and then back to B. Now what is the displacement? Yeah. If you all have given me the answer 0, then you are right. because the person started from B and the end is also at the point B. So displacement is 0. So from this you must have got a fairly good idea that distance can never be less than 0. Distance can never be negative. Distance is always greater than or equal to 0. Distance can be 0. Possible hai. Means the person has never started from O, or the person is initially at C and he has never moved from C. So if you don't move from your position, then distance is 0. So distance can be 0 and distance will also be greater than 0. It will always be positive. It cannot be negative. So greater and equal to 0. But what about displacement? Displacement can be 0, okay, can be greater than 0 and it can also be less than 0. आपको negative मिला answer? So you can have displacement 0, you can have greater value than 0 and at the same time you can have it as negative number. Clear? So this is the basic difference between distance and displacement. If you are moving along a circular path, you have started from this point A and you have come back to A. What is the distance covered by you? The circumference of the circle, that is 2 pi r. बराबर है, एक चक्कर काट रहे हो यानी 2 pi r distance. And what is the displacement? Displacement 0 because you started from A and you are reaching at A. But suppose you start from A and come over here B. What is distance and displacement? Distance will be this part, half of the circle, that is half of 2 pi r, that is pi r. Then what is displacement? Displacement will be this diameter, that is 2r. All these are objectives which can be asked. Clear or not? In the same way, if you take a square path if I take, okay, and you are starting from A and you take a turn and come back over here, what is the distance traveled? It's a square path you are saying, no? So it will be perimeter of the square, and perimeter of the square is what? 4 times x. And what will be the displacement? 0. Coming back to A. But suppose the person from A moves to B, then it will be these two. If this is say x and this is x, then the person has moved twice x distance. But then this will be the displacement. What will be the displacement? It will be diagonal of the square. Diagonal of the square will be what? Root 2x. Understood? So this is how you calculate distance and displacement. So when you describe motion, these are the two important quantities which you should know. So if you try to sum up the difference between distance and displacement, the distance I told you will be positive always, okay? It will be greater and equal to 0, whereas displacement will be less than 0 as well as greater and equal to 0. Secondly, distance is a scalar quantity. Now what is scalar and vector? Primary classes have you come across this word? Scalar means which does not require direction. उससे direction से लेना देना नहीं है. So any quantity which doesn't have any direction mentioned, that is scalar quantity. So distance is a scalar quantity, whereas displacement is a vector quantity. Vector means वहाँ पे direction is a must. I told you in the previous case, no, starting from B and then returning to O. So in opposite direction. In which direction are you returning? That determines the displacement. So it's a vector quantity. So one difference is it can be greater than 0, greater than equal to 0. Here it is less than 0 or greater than equal to 0. This is a scalar quantity. This will be a vector quantity. But the main difference, main point is what? The definition of distance. Distance is the total path which is traveled by the body. Total path. So if you remember the previous case I told you, from B you move to A, then come to C and back to B. So what did we do? We completely added every path. Jahan gaye, all those paths have got to be added. Total distance. But displacement stands for what? Displacement stands for the change in the position, means final minus initial point. That is displacement. Understood? So these are the differences between distance and displacement. So we have taken up first part Means you got fairly some idea about what motion is about. So when you are describing motion in your vehicle, you have given a particular part, particular machinery which is called the odometer, that measures the distance which you have travelled. Isn't it? Kitna kilometer gaye ho, that you come to know by the odometer. And along with that you have the speedometer, which gives you the measurement of the speed. With what speed are you moving, that is given over there. So difference between odometer and speedometer is also often asked. Clear till here the explanation? Okay. So we stop till here. In the next video we will continue further with the discussion on motion.